Are the vegetables you eat every day, the ones you believe are healthy, good for the heart, really as safe as you think? Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? Vegetables, the thing you've been advised to eat a lot of your whole life, can actually harm your heart. But unfortunately, this is not just an empty warning. This is the truth. When you turn 60, your heart weakens not just because of age, but due to the silent burdens that have accumulated over the years. And the sad thing is that some types of vegetables, if eaten incorrectly or combined improperly with medication, could be the last straw that puts your heart in danger without you even knowing. A research overview published on PubMed Central in 2013 clearly warned that seniors who do not eat enough vegetables or eat the wrong types of vegetables, especially those high in starch, containing a lot of sodium, or improperly prepared, are at a higher risk of developing hypertension, atherosclerosis, heart attacks, and heart failure. So if you've ever felt your heart racing for no reason, fatigued short of breath, needing to rest after just a few steps, or weak and prone to falling without any clear cause, then please don't skip this video. I urge seniors to stop eating these 5 types of vegetables, or at least change the way they prepare them. I will guide you through each type, explain why they are dangerous, and show you safe and friendly alternatives. The good news is you still have time to reverse these risks, but only if you know who the real enemy is in your meal. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip tailored just for you. First, spinach, the vegetable you always believed to be a superfood. But for your heart, especially after the age of 60, it can be a double-edged sword. You may have heard all your life that spinach is one of the best vegetables for health. But if you are taking heart medication anticoagulants or have cardiovascular issues, spinach is no longer simply healthy. It can become a silent danger that you don't even realize. The reason is that spinach contains a lot of oxalate, a compound that can accumulate in the bodies of elderly people with weakened liver, kidney, or heart functions, leading to inflammation, oxidative stress, and even causing calcification and vascular sclerosis, a direct pathway to heart failure. A study on PubMed Central in 2022 showed that people who consume a lot of oxalate, over 220 milligrams per day, have a 47% higher risk of cardiovascular disease, and this risk doubles if the body is deficient in calcium. Worse yet, the oxalates in spinach can reduce calcium absorption, leading to weakened bones, heart muscles, and cardiac conduction disorders, particularly dangerous for seniors who are already prone to mineral deficiencies. Not stopping there, spinach is rich in vitamin K, an important nutrient for the blood clotting process. But here's the danger. If you are taking anticoagulants like warfarin, a common medication prescribed after a heart attack, atrial fibrillation, or stroke, the high vitamin K1 content in spinach can disrupt the medication's effectiveness, causing blood clots to return and increasing the risk of thrombosis or hemorrhage. The most frightening part is that most seniors are unaware that the vegetables they eat daily can weaken the body's final line of defense against blood clots. Spinach is not the enemy, but ignorance and inconsistent eating habits are what are silently destroying your heart. If you still want to eat spinach, do so in moderation regularly and always inform your doctor when changing your diet. because what you eat can support the medication you are taking or ruin it without you even knowing. The truth is not all vegetables are good for everyone's heart after the age of 60, and sometimes spinach can be more harmful than a plate of fries if you're not careful. Garlic, a miracle drug, passed down from generation to generation. But if you are over 60 years old, especially if you are taking heart medication, raw garlic could be a silent danger that you are unaware of. Undeniably, garlic has been praised as a gift from nature, helping to reduce cholesterol, thin the blood, and support cardiovascular health. Many seniors have absolute faith in it, even eating raw garlic every day as a kind of natural supplement. But strength when pushed beyond limits can become toxic. Raw garlic is a strong anticoagulant. When combined with medications like aspirin, warfarin, or clopidogrel drugs, commonly prescribed for thus after a heart attack, atrial fibrillation, or stroke, it can make your blood too thin. The result, you could experience persistent nosebleeds, widespread bruising, or even more seriously internal bleeding without realizing it until it's too late. Not stopping there, raw garlic can cause a sudden drop in blood pressure, especially dangerous if you are taking blood pressure medication. Many seniors have experienced dizziness, fatigue, and even fainting without knowing that the cause was a tiny clove of garlic in their meal. The scariest part is you feel like you're doing the right thing. You don't eat fried food, don't drink alcohol. You simply believe what you've always heard, that garlic is good for the heart, but your body after 60 no longer reacts like before. What was once healing food can become an enemy if used incorrectly or at the wrong time. Garlic is not the enemy, but the abuse, lack of understanding, and incorrect combination with heart medications. Those are the things quietly destroying your heart. If you like garlic, use cooked garlic in moderation, and always consult your doctor before making it a daily habit. The truth is, even natural foods have their limits. And when you understand correctly, you can both protect your heart and retain the true benefits that garlic brings. Third, red chili pepper, a seemingly harmless, spicy flavor, but quietly fueling the decline of your heart. For many seniors, a meal is not just nutrition. It is memory culture and a sense of comfort in the days of old age. And nothing brings that feeling back more clearly than a bit of spice, a warm stew, a red chili pepper, a spoonful of pungent seasoning. But what many people don't realize is that this tiny vegetable can be a slow-burning fuse in your chest. Red chili pepper, especially in concentrated spicy forms, can trigger a series of physiological reactions in the body. They stimulate the sympathetic nervous system, increase adrenaline, and accelerate the heart rate. For healthy young people, this might just be a fleeting, burning sensation. But after the age of 60, when blood vessels become less elastic and the heart becomes more sensitive, this stimulation can become a dangerous burden. Research has shown that many elderly patients come to the clinic in a state of anxiety, chest tightness, or skyrocketing blood pressure after a spicy meal. And unfortunately, they never think the culprit is the chili pepper. The problem is not just the spiciness, but the stress response that the body creates. Blood vessels constrict, blood pressure spikes suddenly, and if you have a history of heart disease, hypertension, or coronary artery disease, A spicy meal could be enough to trigger an arrhythmia or worse, cause a real heart attack. Not only is it a temporary effect, but regularly consuming overly spicy foods can also cause chronic inflammation in blood vessels, eroding the vital pathways your heart relies on every day. I'm not saying you have to live the rest of your life without flavor, but you don't need red chili pepper for the dish to be delicious. Lighter spices like herbs, ginger cooked garlic, or fresh orange or lemon peels can bring rich flavors without putting your heart in danger. Listen to your body. Foods that bring you comfort for the soul shouldn't come with risks for the heart. If spicy food, even just a little, is making you short of breath, causing your heart to race, or raising your blood pressure every time you eat, then it's time to choose a gentler path for your body. Next, we want to mention a type of vegetable raw sprouts. Their crisp sound seems harmless, but it can silently destroy the heart of seniors. They look fresh, vibrant, and full of life. Sprouts like bean sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, or green sprouts are often hailed as superfoods, crunchy, full of enzymes and raw natural energy. For many health-conscious seniors, adding a handful of sprouts to a salad or sandwich seems like the right choice. But behind that slender appearance lies a hidden risk that few would suspect, a danger that can silently harm your heart and health. One of the reasons is that the sprouts are grown in a warm and humid environment, ideal conditions for bacteria like E. coli, salmonella, and listeria to thrive. For young people, a strong immune system can help them overcome stomach aches and diarrhea caused by food poisoning. But for seniors, the immune system has weakened significantly, and their reactions are slower. The risk of serious complications increases. What starts as a mild stomach ache can quickly turn into sepsis, severe dehydration, or even an infection of the heart's inner lining, endocarditis, which can be life-threatening. One example is that there are many cases of hospitalization due to worsening heart failure just because of eating a small amount of contaminated sprouts. The body cannot recover the heart when it is putting all its strength into fighting an infection. And the unfortunate thing is such infections often go unnoticed, only being detected when it's too late. It's truly paradoxical and heartbreaking. You strive to eat fresh, clean, and choose natural foods to protect your body, yet you end up being harmed by the very things that seem to nourish you. That's why the seed of life should never be underestimated. If you still love them, cook them before eating. A quick stir-fry or a brief steam is enough to kill most harmful bacteria while still retaining most of the flavor and nutrients. Because in the journey of protecting the heart after the age of 60, it's not only important what you eat, but also how you eat. And most importantly, can your body today still handle it like it did 20 years ago? And if just a tiny sprout can pose such a risk, then what about other vegetables, even if they seem harmless? When combined incorrectly with heart medications or underlying conditions, perhaps the next risk is right on your dinner plate. Finally, pickled cucumbers. They are crunchy sour and often considered the perfect side dish for sandwiches or a quick lunch. Pickled cucumbers, or fermented cucumbers, look harmless, even refreshing. But for seniors over 60, especially those living with high blood pressure or heart disease, this seemingly healthy dish can be more harmful than you think. Many people don't think too much about a few slices of pickled cucumbers, but the truth is those small green slices are often soaked in a very concentrated salt solution, which can contain over 1,000 milligrams of sodium in just a small serving. That's nearly 2/3 of the recommended daily salt intake for seniors just in one snack. Sodium not only creates a salty taste, it also pulls water into the blood, increasing blood volume, which in turn puts great pressure on the heart and blood vessels. Over time, this pressure causes blood pressure to rise, the arterial walls to harden, and the heart to work harder, leading to heart failure. Many seniors have what seems to be a healthy lifestyle. They avoid fried foods, exercise regularly, and even stop drinking alcohol, but their blood pressure remains unstable. The reason might lie in the tiny plate of pickled cucumbers they inadvertently eat every day. And the scary thing is the damage from salt doesn't send warning signals. No pain, no obvious fatigue. Until a chest pain, a stroke, or an unexpected appointment brings bad news: congestive heart failure. After the age of 60, the kidneys no longer filter salt as effectively as before, and the arteries become much more vulnerable. Dishes like pickled vegetables, canned vegetables, or even healthy soup can contain hidden amounts of salt enough to ruin all your efforts to maintain your health. A simple yet effective way: cooking at home, reading food labels carefully, and prioritizing flavors from herbs, fresh lemon, or natural spices instead of salt. Sometimes it's the small changes that protect your heart more than you think. So what should seniors eat to truly protect their hearts? After learning about the vegetables that can silently cause harm, you might wonder, so what else can I eat? Which foods truly help the heart recover, stay healthy, and become more resilient after the age of 60? The answer does not lie in trendy diets or ingredients touted as miracle cures. It lies in simple, natural vegetables, those that truly meet the needs of an aging heart. These are foods that help reduce inflammation, balance blood pressure, nourish blood vessels, and especially do not interfere with the effects of the medication you're taking. Steamed broccoli, lightly roasted carrots, sautéed kale, sweet potatoes, cooked tomatoes, and beans like lentils and mung beans. These are very heart-friendly choices. They are rich in antioxidants, potassium, fiber, and plant compounds beneficial for blood vessels, helping to reduce pressure on the heart. Unlike raw sprouts or pickled vegetables, these foods are easy to digest, do not raise blood pressure, and naturally help control blood sugar levels. After 60, your heart doesn't need a harsh diet. It needs stability, harmony, and foods that love back your body. I have seen many seniors change their cardiovascular health not through extreme measures, but through simple, warm, healing meals: a plate of steamed green vegetables, a soft baked potato, a gentle bowl of bean soup. Small, repeated choices each day can reverse years of silent damage. And if you worry that eating healthy means bland or boring, think again. Rosemary, turmeric, cooked garlic, fresh lemon, all can create delicious dishes without harming your heart. But even if you know what to eat to protect your heart, there's one more thing you need to remember: the best vegetables won't help if you continue to maintain a small but dangerous habit that silently undermines all your efforts. We'll talk about that right after this. Your heart still has time. It has beaten more than 2 billion times since the day you were born. silently serving you throughout your life without asking for anything in return. But now it needs your attention. Aging is not giving up. Aging is becoming wiser. And that wisdom begins with realizing that what worked for your body at 30 may no longer be suitable after 60. The vegetables that once helped you stay healthy might be silently causing harm if you eat them the wrong way at the wrong time or combine them incorrectly with medication. But the good news is it's not too late for you. Damage is not forever. Every small change starting today, from the food you choose to how you move and rest, can reverse years of silent stress in your body. I witnessed that happen. The seniors who were once tired, breathless, and disappointed return with a stronger heartbeat, a clearer mind, and steadier steps. Not because they are perfect, but because they listen to their bodies. They are steadfast in making better choices, day by day. Your heart still has time. There is still strength. There is still love to give to you, to your family, and to the life you have painstakingly built. So let's start from today. Look at your plate of food. Think again about the habits that are repeating every day. Take back the rhythm of life, because your next heartbeat is a gift and you deserve to protect it. These shares are not just to warn, but to inspire. If you are reading this, I invite you to take a minute to reflect. What have you learned, and what will you change in your next meal? Let's share, because we are walking together on the journey of living healthily and fully. If you've followed along this far, I believe your heart not only needs care, but also deserves to be listened to and properly protected. Not all vegetables are good for everyone, especially for seniors over the age of 60. When your body changes and your heart becomes more sensitive to what you put on your plate each day, correct awareness is the first step to change. Things that seem healthy if used incorrectly can quietly undermine all your efforts to live healthier. But you still have time, and every choice you make today can help you live more lightly, more firmly, and more safely with your heart. If you find this video helpful, please hit like and subscribe so you don't miss out on practical and easy-to-apply health tips, specially designed for you and your loved ones on the journey to healthy living after 60. And if you know someone who might need to hear this, please share the video, because a small action from you could save a weary heart. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next sharing.